Hey y'all. Alright, I'm back. Lord have mercy. I don't even I'm still in the parking lot. Bank of America, y'all. I'm going home now. So, long story short, the supervisor ain't had no additional information. It's still I don't know from him. Basically, the account was already closed. It's their protocol that once an account is flagged for fraud, that they just straight up close it. They don't put it on hold, nothing. They just straight up close the account. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. And usually I boycott Burger King, but I'm gonna see about this Burger King over here. Or is Burger King even still over here? No. Wait. Is this Burger King? Yeah. This Burger King. Y'all. Yeah, basically it's closed. Ain't nothing they could do. Basically he's saying, oh, it's my understanding that the David guy called and initiated the fraud. And I said, well, were they perpetrating that they were me? Or did he perpetrate as himself? He said, he just kept saying someone on the account, someone on the account. Well, someone other than me, because he wasn't even supposed to be on the account. So what? And basically, once the account is closed, the only next step forward is to reapply for another account. Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I don't want another account. I don't want another account. You don't want to do anything. You don't have any answers. You still don't know when he got added to the account. His only next step is to escalate a complaint on my behalf internally about my name being spelled wrong. He did validate that the letters that I received are legitimate letters from Bank of America, even though my name was spelled wrong. The lady on the phone already told me that that wasn't a legitimate claim account. Why Kyle wasn't interested in it, why Kyle told me that it was probably a phishing letter, why he didn't want to validate the claim number on the account, I don't know. But, y'all, I think I'm about to be disappointed, but I'm going to try. What is this? Hey, this ain't, I don't even know. This ain't even Burger King, y'all. It's just a random place. But I'm going to see. I don't even know who I'm ordering from right now. Y'all, I'm going to order me some food, though. It look like they got, I don't know. What is this? Grilled steak. Hi, yes. Can I get a can I get a number? Wait, a number two. Yeah, does that come? That comes with a drink, right? Let me get. You got like a. I can't see. That's really small. You got like a sweet tea or. We have iced tea brisk. All right. Yeah, I'll take a brisk. Okay. Anything else? No. That's it. All right. Thank you. All right. I don't even know what this place is, y'all. There's no name on here. I don't know who I just ordered from. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm hungry. I have not ate breakfast. I thought this used to be a Burger King. It's not a Burger King anymore, apparently. I don't know what this is, but it looks like they sell like Latin food. I don't know. It's not exactly Latin, so I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So the sorry y'all. So the supervisor basically is like, I can't help you. If you want the account reopened, we can't do that. Sorry to waste your time, basically. And The only thing you can do is call this other department and have the account and reapply for a new account, which I'm not interested in. I will probably get with my other bank, apply for a card with them, and transfer balances because I don't want to do any business with Bank of America anymore. But yeah, and a complaint will be filed with Consumer Affairs, and I will still be utilizing my prepaid legal to see if we can get some more information on how this random guy, got access to my account with no notification. I should have got some seafood rice. Dang, I should have got some seafood rice. I don't know. The menu was so big at this place, and I was just trying to get. That's okay. Let me just, because I don't even know what this place is. Looks like they got some kind of like sauteed noodles. I don't even know what the name of this place is. I'm just ordering food from a random place. Oh my God. Yeah. This is why I don't like come on and go live, because I'm dealing with shenanigans like this. You know, shady handyman, shady police officer, trying to get the stuff done in my house, busy at work, single mom by choice, and then these kind of shenanigans with the bank. Oh, the place is called La Granja. La Granja. I don't know. I guess they do chicken. I don't know. Their logo has a chicken. I don't know. You let me know if you ever heard of it. But yeah, basically they can't tell me nothing. They can't tell me nothing. They don't know nothing. They don't have no additional information. The account was closed because it was flagged as fraud. And the only way to get a new account is to reapply for one. They don't have any idea how this guy got on my account. They don't seem to have any record of him, of a request, of him being added, who he was requested by. Hey, Shar. They don't have anything. So it's like, I don't know. It's so weird. So weird. I don't. It's not how I wanted to spend my first day off of work.
11:13.
Oh, wait, I got a quarter for you, so you don't have to count all that change. Yeah. I had to close my Bank of America account because they flagged it for. It sounds like this is something they do when they want to get rid of accounts. That's what I think. I think they wanted to get rid of an account they just didn't want to hold anymore. And this is like a likely excuse to get rid of said account. But I think I'm going to call the services department, since I have to now deal with a closed account that I don't want to bother to reopen. Yeah, lower that interest rate. Since I can't reopen it, I don't want to reopen the account, and it was closed without not of my request. Thank you. Due to some fraudulent activity that y'all can't even validate how it happened. You can lower that interest rate though. Thank you. Is there like a fork or something? I got utensils in here?
Utensils?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you, you too. So I think this is like their like sneaky little way to get rid of accounts. Come to find out, the rep who opened my account failed to list me as a student. So when my tuition transactions were coming in, they were flagged as suspicious. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, because some imbecile, I ain't even gonna call him an idiot, some imbeciles not doing what they supposed to do. Like, these things are happening. But I feel like they're intentional. Like, Bank of America probably just doesn't want to be bothered with these accounts anymore. for whatever reason they want out of them. They can't charge them off their active accounts or whatever. And so they're just, I think they're like doing like these random things. I don't know. It's so dumb. I went in there ready to fight. They apologized profusely, offered to make it right. Yeah. I don't want nothing to do with them. They're like, oh, well, you can reapply. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in reapplying for anything. I don't want anything to do with Bank of America. I don't want nothing to do with you. My concern at this point is for my personal information that's floating around your organization. Where random people can get added to my account and y'all have no record of it. Y'all don't know how he got there. Y'all don't know when he got there, how he got there, who authorized it. Y'all don't have none of that. None of it. Y'all don't have none of that. And you're a financial institution? You don't have no record of how this guy got on the account? I'm sorry, I'm driving. I can't read the comments if you're writing anything. Plus, I got a glare on the phone. But y'all have no record. No record. I'll be home in a few minutes. Where I will then sit in the car and eat my food. But like... And all he could offer me is best of luck to you. My name is Joshua. Best of luck to you. No best of luck to you. And you having a job when all this is said and done. Not saying that you did anything wrong, but that Bank of America isn't going to be sanctioned for something like this. As a financial institution, you have responsibilities to have record of everything, of every transaction, of how accounts move in and out, how people move in and out on accounts. As someone who works in IT and have customers that are financial institutions, I cannot even tell you the matter of rigmarole that I have to go to or go through to work with these customers to have access to their environment. You see what I'm saying? But you, a banking, a financial institution, there are special rules for you as a financial institution that you have zero record of how this guy ended up on my account? None? You did your quick, fast, lickety-split investigation and you do not have any information to provide on how this guy ended up on my account. You're not saying, oh, we have information, we can't disclose it. You're saying we don't know. Okay. Well, if you, Miss fraud person who works for the fraud department, if you don't know, let's talk to your supervisor. Okay, you, Mr. Supervisor, you don't know, Joshua. If you don't know, you're not saying you can't disclose, you're saying you don't know. What? That's crazy to me. That's crazy talk. As a financial institution, you have an obligation to have all of that, all of those ducks in a row, all of those I's dotted and T's crossed. And you're exposing people's financial information? And you can't answer that simple question? When did he get on the account? You don't even know when. Let alone how. You don't even know when. You have no record of when. Now, what Joshua did tell me, the supervisor, is that they do have record of me calling. He's saying there's some notes there. The other lady told me it wasn't no notes for that time frame, for them 2 calls when I spoke to Kyle. But now you're telling me there are notes from my phone call? Or the 2 phone calls that I had? But you want to issue a complaint, an internal complaint on my behalf, and they'll reach out to me if they need any further information. I ain't interested in what y'all got to say. Whatever y'all gonna do internal, send it to the attorney at this point. Because I don't want nothing to do with y'all. I'm taking my business elsewhere. I don't want nothing to do with it. Alright, we got a red light I can read. Anyway. Yeah. So I was supposed to wait 24 to 48 hours to get zero additional information. Not to mention he put me on hold for probably a good 15 minutes. No music, no nothing. Just on hold in dead silence for like a good 15 minutes. While he, I don't know, perused through notes or whatever. I don't know what the hell he did. Probably much of nothing. For him to come back with nothing. But that's okay. Because I got time. I'm off of work. I got time. Yep, I got time. I got time to go into my prepaid legal, put in my 2 claims. Because Bank of America is just 1 claim. I got to put in another claim now. Because I don't know if you can tell, Shar, but I done had to cut my hair. Or for anybody watching the replay, I done had to cut my hair. I don't know if y'all can notice how short my hair is now. I had to cut about probably, or I don't even know if I cut 3 inches off or if 3 inches broke off of my head. But yeah, this is where we ended up after everything that needed to be cut got cut. And it's still like super short back here. Like you can see that it's all short up here. All of that from that dye, that hair dye. No, sure. Nobody can explain how this guy got on my account. That's the one question nobody can answer. Nobody can answer how this David guy ended up on my account. Who added him? When did he get added? Nobody can answer those 2 questions. Somebody had to add him. He wasn't added by magic. Somebody added him to my account. Who? Who's the agent who added him? What was the mechanism on which the request to add him was made? Nobody can answer that. Nobody has any information on how he got added to my account. But somehow he got added on there. And because he was on there, he was able to request it as fraud and have my entire account closed. And instead of saying, oh, we can't reopen your account, but you got to pay this old bill. What I get is, oh yeah, we're reopening your account in a couple of days. But you didn't really open the account. So I got a problem with that too. Don't lie to me. Because the reality is if I'd have left it alone, if I'd have never said nothing, the account would have just been closed. And I wouldn't be paying you no money. Maybe you came around to it eventually. And figured out something was wrong. Oh no, that's actually legitimate. I'm sure it's a legitimate claim. Because whoever's working on the inside to do whatever they did to my account had to put it in there that way. And the lady at the bank branch told me that this David is a real. So again, or if he don't. I don't know who David is. But David's got other accounts. Maybe they were trying to get in on this account, maybe hoping to get access to something else, maybe a bank account or whatever. But I don't have a bank account with Bank of America. I just have a credit card with Bank of America. So maybe they were trying to get it off with this fraud thing, like, oh, we can't get nothing out of here. So they called it in as fraud. I don't know. But somebody's got to answer to how that guy got on the account in the first place. Nobody can answer that. And everybody sounds panicked on the phone about how they can't answer any questions. I'm sorry, there's no additional information available at the time. No, what you don't want to do is expose yourself to a liability. Because that's what this is. It's a liability for the fact that someone inside your organization added this guy to my account fraudulently. You don't even want to they didn't even want to open another case about the David guy being on my account. They didn't even want to open another claim. They was like, oh no, there's no other claim to open. It would be the same kind of claim as this. So you don't want to open another claim. You don't want to open an investigation as to how the guy got added to the account. It sounds like you just want to wipe your hands of the whole situation because you know he should have never been on the account to begin with. So now you just want to hide the fact that he got added to the account fraudulently. You want to hide that. Come on, what you doing? That's what it seems like. You don't even want to address how he got added to the account. And as far as you're concerned, the account is closed. So you're not even going to take any steps to remove him from the account because the account's closed. Because I said, well, why is he still on the account? Oh, well, he doesn't have access to the account. Yeah, he don't got access because it's closed, but he's still on the account. The lady at the bank branch said he's still on the account. He was never removed. So where's the claim to remove him off the account if you were going to reopen it? The guy told me it was going to be reopened, so he should have been removed from the account. No, there was never any claim. There was no claim to remove him from the account. There was no claim to reopen the account. So what the hell did Kyle tell me? Or was he just trying to make his call back because he said he would call back, but he didn't even give me all the full information as to how I could remove forward from that point forward? Girl, I don't know. I didn't make the initial claim. That's what's crazy to me. I didn't make the initial claim. Because a fraud claim was made, you closed the account. The lady on the phone, the first lady, said the account was closed because someone else had access to the account. But you don't have a claim about somebody else having access to the numbers. And that being the reason why, like, I don't even have a reason. Your original fraud letter doesn't even list a reason for the fraud claim. I don't even have that. I, the account holder, don't even have the reason for the initial fraud claim. But the account was closed for a fraud claim that I didn't submit. And now the only way to reclaim an account is to reapply for a completely brand new account. That's the only way. I'm not interested in reapplying for anything with Bank of America. I'm not interested. Not interested. Given data breach. It's also given inside job. It's so given inside job. Someone inside your organization who knows exactly what buttons to press, what status to put the account in, all of that great stuff. It's given inside job. Something y'all don't want to fess up to. No, that's okay. We'll let the lawyer letter see what information we can get from them at this point. Because this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And all you got for me is, well, if you want the account, you can reapply for one. Hi, neighbor. I ain't reapplying for Jack. I ain't interested in that. Not at all. And the first chance I get, I'm going to transfer that balance so y'all don't get no more freaking interest. That's what y'all can do for me. Drop that interest rate since you don't want to give me another account. And it's your fault that shit got closed in the first place. It's your fault it got closed. Anecdotally, he needs to be removed from the account. He should be. But because the account is closed, they're not doing anything with the account. That lady said she gave me utensils. Oh, she did. I think they know something's up with the account. He was not removed because they're doing a further investigation in it. They don't want to tell me that, though. Alright, y'all. So this place is called La Granja that I ordered from haphazardly. This is what I got. I got some black beans, some white rice, and some chicken. And they were calling them bananas, but they're maduros or plantains. It's supposed to be, yeah. I'm hungry. Hopefully this got flavor, because beans have flavor. That's a good step. I'm so freaking hungry. Maybe not so much flavor. Maybe it's just salt. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Char. um, I do want to come back on here and do another live. I wanted to do a live for you guys, but I didn't. I didn't want it to be this. But I had to get this off my chest while it's going on, and all the information is fresh. But everybody's hands are tied. Nobody can do anything except me applying for a brand new account, which goes to a whole other department. Which is crazy to me. Bank of America, if you don't want my business, that's perfectly fine. But you know what? Everything happened for a reason, right? For some reason, I'm being freed of this account. I don't know why, but I'm over it. And you know what? I don't even care about the interest rate, because I get to write the interest off because it's business related. But I'm 100% completely annoyed. 100% completely annoyed. But that's okay. I'll holler at my other bank. They were just contacting me about a card, a credit card. I'm gonna go in there and see if I can spend my world points before they expire. Since I have those available to me, see if I can get me a nice wallet or something. And I'm gonna free myself of this nonsense. Cause it's always something, Char. You're right. Yep. The line of credit is never. I mean, I've never had any issues. The bill's been paid. The bill's been paid with no issues. That's okay. I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed. It's like there's always something. It's like you don't get a break. It's just always freaking something. Look, this is turned into a mukbang. Well, you know, Bank of America doesn't exactly have a good track record. And this is not going to help. And I'm probably not the only one. But, listen. Something very amiss is happening. It has happened with my account. It screams inside job. It seems like Bank of America is not taking the steps to figure it out. They kind of want to wave me off and send me on my way. Almost like they looking for a reason to just want to close the account. I ain't here for it. Not at all. Later for it. But I mean, hey, they don't want it anymore. They don't want it. Hey, Miss Lex. Yeah, BOA is DOA. Absolutely. Hey, Miss Lex. Yeah. After spending over a half hour on the phone with the supervisor, he had zero additional information to provide. Basically, that he's going to file a complaint, not even a claim, but an internal complaint on my behalf. I guess to see how Bank of America wants to move forward. Basically, he's telling me the same thing. Once the account is closed, it's closed. They can't do nothing with it. If I want the account from here on out, I gotta apply for a new one. I ain't doing that. I don't want nothing to do with Bank of America. We're gonna close. We're gonna end all our ties with Bank of America. They best be glad I ain't got no bank accounts with them, because I will close them immediately. Immediately. I don't want nothing to do with them. But y'all, I was mad. I was in there banging on desks. Banging on the desk. The only thing I didn't do was cuss. I didn't disrespect nobody. I even apologized to the people I was screaming at, but I couldn't help myself but to be screaming at them, because it's just ridiculous to me. I gotta reapply for credit with y'all after y'all did something shady with my account. I have to reapply. No. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. But complaints will be made with Consumer Affairs. I'm going to hit up my prepaid legal, see what other recourse I have there. Because I believe they exposed my information. For the lady to say, well, clearly you were hacked. No, I wasn't hacked. When people hack your stuff, they get your credit card account number, and then they start buying stuff. That's not what happened here. Somebody added themselves to my account. For a reason I don't know. Maybe to get some personal information on me. I don't know. But the fact that you have no record of this person being added to my account is a problem for you. It's a problem for me. But it's also a problem for you as a financial institution. That paper trail has to exist somewhere. Electronically or otherwise. That trail has to exist somewhere. And the fact that it doesn't is problematic for you as a financial institution. If you can't provide it, then maybe somebody else can. Maybe my lawyer can get it. Because I don't even care about the account anymore. I don't even care about the account no more. I don't want it. It's closed, then let it be closed. But now I'm concerned about my personal information that has been exposed in this process. Hey, Deandra. Hey. Hey, lady. You done missed all the tea. I spent 45 minutes explaining the problem on part 1. This is part 2. I'm just trying to calm my nerves and eat something. I don't know why the devil busy, y'all. The devil busy. He busy coming after my finances the way he is. But didn't I say when the devil comes after me, he always comes after my finances? That's where he's the most busy. So, I don't know. All I got to say is Bank of America is shady. If you have any business dealings with them, y'all better get away from them. Something is rotten in the milk over there. Something is rotten over there. Something they not doing right. If you got any business dealings with them, I suggest you run, 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 run. Because there's no reason. Why they shouldn't have more answers. Yeah, I agree. Credit unions. That what comes to you through your finances. Yeah, but you know what? God always got me, don't he? God always got me. So the devil likes to come through my finances. I don't know why. I do know why. It's probably it's the most vulnerable place. I am most vulnerable in my finances because I have no safety net. I have nobody to call. If something happens to me financially, I have nobody to call to help me. Other than like a bank, you know, a payday loan or whatever. There's nobody who can help me. So I'm the most vulnerable there. And that's where he likes to come. Well, it's just so frustrating. Just so frustrating. But yeah, y'all, that's it. Like I said, I do have TTC updates. Um, I didn't intend to come live like this with the TTC updates, but I do have those. We got the people here. I don't know how many people are going to watch this, given what it's titled. But as far as the TTC updates, real quick, I did have my MFM appointment back in early November. Have I been live since early November? I can't remember. I don't think so. I had my MFM appointment. Pretty much got the medical clearance there. I still have to see my endocrinologist. And get his medical clearance. We're waiting on my A1C to be under 7. I will see him first week of January. I expect my A1C to be under 7. At that, I broke this. I expect my A1C to be under 7 at that point, so I will have clearance. So I'm expecting to be a go. Pretty much for transfer sometime next year. I don't think it'll be any earlier than April of next year. And yeah, that's kind of where we are there. As far as the shady handyman, for those who are familiar with that story, he did not show up to the pretrial hearing. I received a default judgment. That's the end of that. Small claims court is not a guarantee of payment. So it is what it is. He is still staying at the house down the street. They haven't moved out of it. I don't know if they ever will. But as of right now, at least, they are still staying at the house down the street. They're no longer trying to dodge me. For the most part, anyway. Matter of fact, I see them a lot more now. But I guess they figured that part's over. I haven't heard anything from Orange County Sheriff as far as the criminal part of it. Hey, Miss Lex, yeah. So I had after I gave birth to baby G, I had procured some more donor vials of my donor, and they have been in the freezer for 3 years. I have purchased 2 IVF vials. I used those vials for my 2 IVF retrievals that I did last year. I did one in November and one in December of 2022. Of those, I now have 5 embryos in winter camp. Oh, that's a bumblebee. 5 embryos in winter camp. They're not PGT tested. So I don't know if they're chromosomally normal. I don't know if they're male or female. I don't know. I didn't pay for PGT testing. I didn't deem it worth the cost. But I got 5. 2 are graded perfect or near perfect. 1 is graded good. By good, I mean better graded than baby G was. I think baby G was a 4 BB, a 4 AB, something like that. Oh no, I think baby G was a 4 BB, and this that embryo happens to be like a 4 BB, something like that. And I have one that's not graded very, very great. We're not expecting a whole lot out of that one. If statistics serve, like last rounds of IVF, I probably only have 1 normal embryo out of those 2, if any, out of those 2 retrievals. And if statistics remain the same, it would be one of the better, best graded embryos out of those batches. So the perfect and near perfect came out of the same batch. Probably one of those is probably abnormal. The other one could be normal. And then I think that 4AB came out of the other batch with the 3. That's probably the normal of the other 3 that were in that round, if it's normal at all. Right? So we don't know. I don't know. All I can do is hope for the best. I feel like God's brought me this far. I don't think I think it'll be okay. It's baby or bust at this point. That's what I've been saying. Baby or bust. I'll get a baby out of those 5 embryos, or I won't. Either way, I'm done. Once I get through those 5 embryos, I'm done. I won't be trying to conceive anymore after that. Right, Miss Lex. What's funny is I noticed shortly after that they started riding around in this kind of new Suburban, this white Suburban. And I was like, I'll probably use my money as a down payment for that Suburban. But karma caught up with them because the Suburban got in an accident. A bad one, kind of tore it up on the driver's side. And I know it was still drivable because they were still driving around in it. They fixed the back driver window that was busted out from the accident. They fixed that and was still driving it. I have not seen the Suburban in a good long time. The suspicion is that it was either in the shop getting body work or it was repossessed. And so, either way, karma's already coming back there. So, we'll see if the Suburban shows up again. My guess is it probably got repossessed. Or if it's in the body shop, it's probably stuck in the body shop because they can't afford to get it fixed. Pollo Tropical, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. The rice even had some flavor in it. The chicken didn't really taste like much, but it had enough flavor to be edible. I was hungry. Again, I had not had breakfast. It's 3:30 now. So I needed something. I had to eat some candy while I was in the bank because my glucose was dropping. I would have to do a whole nother video, kind of explain what's going on with me, TTC wise, weight loss wise, medication wise, and all of that on this journey to get medical clearance to do baby number 2. I don't wanna crowd this video. I just wanted to give y'all some quick TTC update for those who might be on here watching. So since I'm here, because in another hour and a half I have to go get baby G anyway. He's at the sitter this week. Dang, I wanted to play some like Beat Saber or something. But I spent all my time at the bank. I had a feeling I was going to be doing that, spending all my time at the bank. So, it is what it is. And I broke my nail. It was about as long as this. I broke it all the way down, snatching my stuff to get up out of there. So mad, just so mad. Because I'm just like, I knew I was going to get the runaround if I called them on the phone. And that's why I wanted to go into the branch and have the conversation with the person there and have them call whoever needed to be called on the phone. Because I knew whoever on the phone was going to give me the runaround about what they had access, what they could do, and all of that. Well, I mean, who knows under what guise he got that car note, you know what I mean? A lot of people, get these vehicles from these buy here, pay here places, and they don't care what your credit look like. And he probably had to put down a real big down payment. And as soon as you miss one payment, they come and get their vehicle. It's a whole racket. They make you put this huge down payment down. As soon as you miss one payment, they come and get their vehicle. And there's nothing you can do about it. You probably put a down payment down that probably would have paid, 3-4 months worth of car note. Maybe even more than that. And you miss 1 month. Like, say you pay the first month, you miss the second month, that third month, they coming for their car. They don't even care. They just come and get it. I did see a tow truck there at one point. I didn't stick around long enough to see what they were towing. The car was drivable. They were driving it. So I don't know. Maybe it had some other damages. They couldn't drive it anymore. Who knows? And then now it's in the shop. I think it was just repossessed, to be honest. That's what I think. So now it looked like they bumming rides. I see a lot of family coming in and out of there. And then, like, even this morning, he had got dropped off. The oldest daughter, I finally saw the oldest daughter. The wife said she had a 12-year-old. Finally saw the oldest daughter. And I finally saw the baby that supposedly she had. Because normally I only see them with the little 3-year-old that be out running around outside. And you don't never see nobody else. But I finally seen some of these other kids. They look a little emo. But I don't know. I don't know. The whole family's kind of weird. My neighbor next door said that she believed they were gypsies. So I don't know. They could be. I don't know if that. Hopefully that's not a derogatory term to anybody. But I apologize if it is. Yeah, yeah. I don't like. I believe no man stands unjudged before God. So when you treat people that way, you try to get over, and no good ever comes from it. No good ever comes from it. I remember my niece, rest in peace, Ashley. She had a situation with Frontier where she was trying to fly to Philly from here, and this lady threw trash on her daughter from the row behind, and like threw it on her head, like she threw it over the seat, but it hit her in the head. So they had exchanged some words. I guess the flight attendants like just didn't want to be bothered with whatever the drama was. And so my niece, she's got attitude, and she don't do well with authority. And so the lady basically told her not to say nothing else, and my niece just had to say something else. So she got booted from the flight right before it took off. So the people around was fussing, saying it wasn't her fault, it was this other lady's fault. And so the flight attendant eventually booted the other lady too. Now, Ashley told me that the other lady, once they got booted off the flight, that the lady apologized for getting them kicked off the flight or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes Ashley would make up stories. I don't know how much is true, how much is not. But the bottom line is she had a check bag on that flight. So, of course, they didn't hold up the flight to go find her check bag when they booted her off. Basically, she's like, well, what about my bag? They said, well, figure out how to get it back because it's going to Philly. So the bag went all the way to Philly. Now, she has a friend that works at the airport, but for another airline. So that friend went over, picked up her bag, and shipped the bag back, I guess, on her airline, right? She drew a tag and had the bag shipped back down here to Orlando. So Frontier has no idea what happened to the bag. So she filed a report that her bag was lost. And she used, like, because I had recently, because I think I recently went to like the Nike outlet, spent a whole bunch of money. She used my receipt from there to claim what she had in that bag to get a bigger check. So Frontier ended up sending her, I want to say it was an $800 plus check for her lost bag, right? The bag wasn't really lost. But they issued her a check for this bag, and she used that money as a down payment on a vehicle. And she was driving around in this vehicle, and I think she was on her way back from somewhere to pick up Kennedy from preschool, and she got in an accident. Still had the temp tag on the vehicle. She got in an accident, which totaled the car. And she's like, dang, I didn't even have a car that long. Why did this happen to me? And I said, ill-gotten goods. You got that money in an ill-gotten way, and karma came around and snatched that car. You used that money on the car, and karma came around and took the car back from you. That is how karma works. And she was like, dang. I said, gotta be honest out here, people. Karma is real. Karma is so real. I mean, no shade to Ashley, but if she was gonna get a check for something, you better believe she was gonna stretch every penny that she could possibly get out of that check. Okay, she's gonna stretch every penny. So, but she got it in an ill-gotten way, and yeah, she was able to put a down payment on this vehicle, but she wasn't able to keep the vehicle because God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. So you can't go around taking advantage of situations and expecting things to go well for you. So I can't imagine how much, like, I never want to wish negative on anybody, but clearly this dude was trying to take advantage, and yeah, he got away with a little bit of money. It didn't really hurt me that much. I mean, not that I couldn't have used the money for something else. Like, nobody wants to lose any money, especially We talking, I lost what, $1,400 plus, let's say $300 on what he stole, so like $1,700. I've kind of lost $1,700 with him. But like, no man stands unjudged, man. Like, that karma's coming back around, whether he ever pays that judgment. I'll have my judgment that will sit there as public record forever, for however long he's going to use his credit until he finally pays it. But it's just going to follow him. Maybe he thought, oh well, she got money, she'll blow this off or whatever. So I don't know. Do the kids look like they bite? I don't know. The little 3-year-old is actually really cute. The 12-year-olds kind of got like, those kids in school, they wear their hair over their faces and they dress kind of drab. I think they call emu or something like that. She kind of looks like that. But she's only like 12. So I don't know where she would get that. And the little baby I haven't been up close on, so I don't know. But the little 3-year-old is actually kind of cute. She's a little chubby girl, just cute. She's a cute little chubby girl running around, really active and stuff. But I don't know. It's a shame though, because Baby G doesn't have a whole lot of friends, and it would have been nice for him to have a friend down the street. But you know, fast money is never. Fast money is never permanent money. It goes as quickly as it comes. Just as you say, Shar, easy come, easy go. It goes as quickly as it comes. So you think you're getting over on somebody? God sees all, and He working it out. So nobody gets over. Nobody gets over. Even the man that killed my sister. I don't feel like 10 years is enough, right? You never feel like he pleaded. There wasn't a real trial. He pleaded to I don't want to say lesser charges, but he took a deal. He only got sentenced to 10 years. He already had 2 years served. He had 8 more years to do. And I didn't feel like 10 years was enough to have taken somebody's life. But he never made it out of jail. The year he was supposed to be released, he died in prison. Again, no man stands unjudged before God. Like, even if you think it's not enough, like, there was going to be some justice there. He never saw the light of day. Again, so it's unfortunate because, other people are affected by that. But everybody, no man stands unjudged. I will get judged. You will get judged. Everybody will get judged. Karma is a bitch. Okay? And sometimes she come fast and sometimes she comes slow. Sometimes she on color people time. And sometimes she like, I got time today. So I just feel like, that's their karma. And who knows whatever else they're going through in life. I mean, clearly you're out here trying to scam people the way you are. You're clearly not doing well in life. I don't know if the guy who owns the house, if he'll be able to get them out of there, because for as long as they've been there, they're about to have squatters' rights over that house. And he gonna have a hard time getting them out of there. They're supposed to be in there fixing it up so that he could rent it to somebody. Now, he never admitted to me that they weren't actually renters, but I know they're not renters because I was told that they're not. So he can fake the funk all he wants, but he made it very clear that he's not happy that they're there. And he also said that he knows some other information about them, but he didn't want to disclose that to me because he felt like if it got back to them that they would know where it came from. I don't care about your additional information. I just wanted to let you know that I had, an injunction against them in civil court, and that you should know about it. That's all. And only because I have a personal relationship with you. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning it. If you were anybody else that I never met before and don't have personal conversations, well, I don't have personal conversations, but I am in direct contact with him simply because when I want to do stuff with my house, I need to be in contact with him because it affects the house next to me that's attached to mine. So that's the only reason why I even bothered him with the information. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said nothing. It would have just been what it would have been. He got served. He didn't show. I don't know if he didn't show on purpose or if he forgot or what. I mean, kind of seems like the kind of guy who would forget that he had court. Like, oh shit, I forgot. I was supposed to show up on a Zoom court today. Well, you didn't. It was over in less than 10 minutes. The judge was like, all right, I'm here. She called me up. I said, I'm here, judge. And then she said, well, where's he? No, not here. I see here that he was served. Oh, well, he's not here. All right, well, we're going to enter a default judgment for you, Miss Alford. And that was that. I got to file 2 papers, which I will do this week. Since I got the time, I'm going to file 2 papers. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. It's just been, part of my French is just, 2023 has been a really shitty year for things. But I was thinking about it the other day, like when I'm in, or sometimes I just have time by myself. It has been a very, very difficult year for me, for a number of reasons. Some which you guys know about, some that you don't. But I've also been blessed this year in a number of ways as well. My baby got his first passport. I got to be there when he got his very first passport stamp when we went to Paris in May. There's been a lot of firsts with him. There were a lot of difficulties with him as well. I set out in 2023 to make memories with him because I knew I wanted to expand us to a family of 3. And I wanted to focus on making memories with him as we kind of close this chapter as a family of 2, potentially. And I do think I've accomplished that. Here we are in December as I'm looking forward to 2024. But I spent a good part of this year like fighting major depression, And Miss Lex, no, you didn't miss it. I'm like 4 years, 3 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm like 4 years behind in posting videos on my channel. So I've only kind of mentioned Paris in passing. If you follow Sandra TTC 45, she did put a video up about the Paris trip. We all went to Paris together. So there are pictures of me in there. I have not posted. I have not, it's been a crazy year for me. So I have not posted anything on any social media about the Paris trip, or a lot of things that has been going on this year, just simply because life has been busy, work has been busy. Emotionally, I have not been in a great place most of this year. I'm just now kind of coming into a place where I feel like less stressed, and kind of in a better place emotionally coming into like this 3rd quarter of this year. Pardon me. But I did not come into 2023 in the best of places. It was very, very stressful towards the end of 2022 with the 2 IVF retrievals in November and December. Also remember, I hosted a family at my house for like 3 weeks. I want to say November, like December 1st to like December 20th. And then for another 2 days in January, I hosted this family at my house. That was not the easiest thing for me to do emotionally, or physically. I won't get into it. But that was a very trying time on my patience. And that was also while I was going through the 2nd IVF egg retrieval. So I was like hopped up on hormones. Work was extremely busy. And all of this was going on in my house. And, I was trying to do somebody a favor, but it was to my detriment. I was already in a stressful place, and I just added stress on top of stress, which just kind of put me in a bad place. Just like this year, like I always take the last 2 weeks of the year off of work. So just like I'm off this week and next week, I was off the last 2 weeks of the year last year. And I kind of got bamboozled into doing some work during that time. I was told it would only be like a day, maybe 2, of work. It ended up being like not a whole day's worth of work, but it ended up stretching like the entire 2 weeks. So I felt like I lost the entire 2 weeks vacation. And because I lost that working, I didn't really get to like decompress, de-stress, and come into 2023 like refreshed, like I usually like to be. So I kind of came back to work with all the same stresses that I left work on vacation with, because I actually ended up working during the 2 weeks. So I was perturbed because it wasn't like I was going to get those 2 weeks back. And it actually kind of worked out this year because we moved to like an unlimited vacation policy. So I was able to take an extra 2 weeks than I normally would have this year, which is why I had so many like vacations. Why I was able to like take a week off on my birthday, take a week off to go to Paris, take another week off in August for another friend's birthday, 50th birthday party in California, and then still have Thanksgiving week off and still have the last 2 weeks of the year off. So it's like a lot of time off. This is probably the most time I've ever taken off in a year um, from a job. But this was me kind of trying to reclaim the 2 weeks that I lost last year. But again, that kind of put me in a place. And then, coming into the new year, I caught COVID again, and the circumstances around that kind of put me in a bad place emotionally as well. And so I've done a lot of isolating this year. um, and it's just been a lot of isolating, is what like Tanika would say, protecting my peace this year, and it's just been a lot. Like, I feel like 2022 was a big year. Like, I had to have a house replumbed, I had all this work, this tree work, and I just felt like I was spending a lot of money. The same went on for this year, because last year during Thanksgiving, remember, my stove blew up. The tree root put the hole in my water main line. Just all this stuff was going on. And so, like, I still have stuff like going on now. So, like, I did get my siding done. The siding is done. I still need to do some stuff to kind of like put some finishing touches on it and actually get the paint. I'm still cleaning up the mess old dude kind of made with my siding before I could get that done. I'm hoping to work on that this week while baby G is at the sitter. Um, then old dude, and also kind of left a mess in the back room that siding goes around. So I had to bring somebody in to clean up all of that. So that, for the most part, is done. I did get my driveway repaved. I got a really good price on. I ended up getting the entire driveway done instead of just that front third of the driveway. So that was a lot of money that I had to pay, and so it's just been a lot. Like, I feel like I've had a lot to pay for this year. I've had a lot to handle this year. The situation with the hair, like Miss Lex, I was saying, I don't know if you noticed, but I've had to cut my hair because that situation with the hair dye broke off my hair horribly. It didn't happen right away, but I think the combination of like that dye and my relaxer did something with my hair. And my hairdresser, like, I got video of what my hair looked like. My hairdresser had to like cut it, and it's still like, it looks good. It looks like I have length, but like here in the middle, like, you see how short it is up here. All of that is just kind of like ate out, right? That doesn't come all the way down. This is like the crown of my head back here. This is how short this hair is. And so she kind of had to cut all of that. So now I got to deal with that. Never signed that paperwork, y'all. Never signed that paperwork. They never sent the check. So this case is still open as far as that with the hair company. And so I need to recontact the lawyer to see what we can do now, because now I want to be compensated for having to cut all my hair off. Not all of it, but for having to cut my hair off the way I had to. So I want to be compensated for those damages too. So um I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And work has just been so incredibly busy. And now that I'm off of work, I'm just now getting the time to sort of get around to this. And then now the situation with Bank of America, which then started in October. So it's just kind of like, just as I was like starting to get in a better place, boom, something else, and something else that like didn't have to happen. Like, it's just kind of like, dang, like I can't even mind my own business, without having stuff happening. I try to keep a sunny disposition. I you know, try to keep things copacetic and just not be too down and out about myself, because I do have another human that I have to keep alive who I've also been in a place emotionally about because his behavior has been really difficult since August. And so we've been fighting with that. So I'm having to, make an appointment to have him evaluated about his behavior. And that has been really hard. And so it's just been really a hard place to be emotionally this year. And so um, I'm always like, especially like the last 2 weeks of the year, I'm always like trying to reflect like what I want to do in the next year to like be better or to make things be better or what my goals are. Not necessarily like resolutions. I don't know that, diet and exercise, all of that. I think that's all of that typical stuff. But I'm always trying to find a way to like be better, right? The next year of life, like every birthday. What am I gonna do to make this next year of my life better than all the previous? And just to just constantly evolve and constantly improve. And it's hard. It's just really hard sometimes. And people like I was talking to a coworker who I'm not gonna say her name or anything, but she did share with me that she's suffering from like anxiety and stuff. And I don't know what's stemming her anxiety. I don't know if it's work related. I don't know if it's just life related. But as someone who has suffered from major depression and have had to take a medical leave from work, she's young, and I just wanted to remind her that you don't have to work through this. If you have a medical condition, you can take time off of work. That's what FMLA is for. Don't feel like you have to keep working through this. And she has some other like citizenship status type things going on. So I don't know how all of like what I went through as far as FMLA relates to her and her citizenship status and all of that. But it's just when I give people advice, I'm often talking to myself. I preach to my own choir because I'm not always. I'm still a work in progress. I don't always do everything I'm supposed to do. So it's just it's just a lot. Oh, yeah, so I just his it seems like I'm still gonna have him get evaluated. Um I His behavior has gotten better. It seems like he's triggered because he doesn't have like friends his age. He needs play dates, right? The sitter, he spent most of this year by himself because all the other kids have aged up. And over the summer, or I want to say the last school year, over the summer, some of the older kids came back, and then when we went on vacation in August, two of the kids were back. When we came back from vacation, school had started, so his friends were just gone, and he really got no closure. He didn't get to say goodbye. He just didn't understand they didn't come back, and like this behavior kind of started. And so we were struggling really bad because usually he reserves his bad behavior for me, but he was reserving. His worst behavior was happening at the sitter, to the point where he was refusing to eat snack, refusing to eat his lunch, refusing to take a nap, refusing to go potty, refusing to do anything, 45-minute tantrums, throwing things, hitting the sitter, hitting her daughter, who's also an adult. She's special needs, but she's around in the house like hitting. He's yelling, telling them shut up, and some of that does extend from me and my frustrations. I definitely, like, when his behavior like ticks up, I definitely had to check myself and like how I would respond to him. If I'm already like on edge, my response to him would not be ideal. Right? I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect parent. I don't claim to be. So when I scream at him, he tends to do a lot more screaming. So that was some advice that I got from my chiropractor. She said, I've watched you two. You two are like bosom buddies. She said, just she's like, not that she's seen me scream at him or whatever, but she understands like the frustration of like having a toddler, because she's a single mom as well, also to a little boy. And her boy is like, I don't know, he's like 13 or something now. But she was just saying like, just try to check yourself and where you are before you respond to his bad behavior, because he's just going to feed off of whatever energy you're giving him. And so if I'm frustrated and I'm already breathing fire like a dragon, it's just going to make him that much worse. And did notice, like, when I checked myself and like didn't scream at him or whatever, that got better. But this whole thing with the not having the friends and not having the play dates and stuff was like really a dramatic turn. It actually scared me. It was scaring the sitter at how dramatic this turn in behavior was. And it just seemed to be all pretty much reserved for the sitter, which was a big change as well, because usually he reserves it for me. And so she's like, I hope you're not offended, but I think you should have him evaluated, and this is that and the other. And so what happened was he had his 4-year appointment coming up after his birthday. And what happened was his friends came back on a surprise, like the Monday right after his birthday in mid-October, and his behavior did a complete 180 from that one day of them being there. And I was like, he just needs friends. So I've just been making a concerted effort to like make play dates to kind of get him around kids his age, and that does help. It takes the edge off, and when he goes a certain amount of time, it does start to build back up. um so it's just he's social. He needs to be socialized, and he's triggered by not being around kids his age. The problem with that, like the pediatrician was trying to suggest, like, well, maybe you can put him in a daycare where there are more kids his age. I said, well, yeah, to the tune of an extra $100 a week when he's going to be in school next fall. And the problem is it's next fall, and so it's just way too long to go. Um, to not do nothing. So I'm just trying to do something, and it does help. We instituted, I'm in here with the diffuser. I got the calming essential oils going in the diffuser. I got a whole concoction in there going. That seems to help a little bit. We instituted a behavior reward chart. That seems to help. The sitter has instituted a behavior reward system where he gets a sticker if he has a really good day. So it's just you know I'm trying everything, and by the time we got to the pediatrician, she didn't think he needed to be reevaluated anymore. But I pushed the issue and she gave me the referral anyway. I just haven't had a chance to make the appointment, but I'm going to make the appointment and see, maybe I can get some pointers on, like, other ways that, other coping mechanisms for him. And maybe some other ideas, and how to keep that at bay, at least until he can get around some kids on a regular. um all right, this year has been hell. Yes, absolutely. I don't know how people coming out unscathed. Yeah, 2023, man. Yeah, just I mean, we thought the vid was bad, right? Those 2 years, but I don't know what's going on with 2023. Have you considered joining the church so he can see a group of kids regularly? I don't know, Miss Lex. I got a I got a whole thing about church, so that right now is not an option, because I gotta hang up about church, and that's my hang up. So you are not the first to make that suggestion. But I haven't hang up about church, so I can't do it. He may have childhood ADHD. They grew out of it. My son got better in the 6th grade. Yeah, I know. I'm in a Facebook group with some of the moms who use the same donor, and one of the moms did share that her older child was diagnosed with ADHD, and that they removed the red food coloring, which I also did. We didn't have a whole lot. I didn't have a whole lot to change. They were very easy changes to make as far as removing red food dye. Um, but I don't know. She said it helped her son. I don't know that it did much helping with my son. But I mean, I was just willing to try everything. I removed the red food dye or food coloring as much as I could. Like I swapped out his snacks, like his gummy snacks. I swapped those out. I swapped out the popsicles for Outshine. I swapped out, like, I'm being mindful of, like, his applesauce. Like, some of the flavored applesauce has like food coloring in it. You'd be surprised. But we didn't. I mean, it's not like he gets a bunch of junk food or whatever. I do want him to, like, be a kid and stuff. But we don't do a whole lot of like food that like, yeah, we eat a lot of McDonald's or whatever, but I don't really do soda, and I don't really give him soda. If anything, I was giving him juice, so I laid off like the fruit punch because I know that has red food dye in it. So now he just gets lemonade, that kind of thing. So he doesn't seem to mind it. I don't mind it, and I am not drinking it because he often drinks off of my cup. So, just trying to keep that at bay. I do think that the essential oils in the diffuser, as far as like calming, like the anxiety, like reducing essential oils like mandarin oil, sweet orange oil, lavender, and Atlas cedarwood oil. So I have a combination of those running in the diffuser like all the time. And they help me too, while I'm home. But I make sure that it's on in the morning. Like I was running it at night so he could like get it. I'm like spraying the pillow. I'm spraying him so it can like go with him to the sitter. Anything that I could do to kind of like calm all that, because it just seemed like he was just so angry. Gosh, you're like 3 years old. You don't pay any bills. What the heck are you so angry about? And so it just yeah. And so he has his moments where he outbursts, but his behavior is so very much improved, so very much improved. And I think a lot of it is, me spending maybe a little bit more time with him, and then also getting him out on these play dates so he can interact with kids his age. Because like the sitter, she's got two babies now, but they're babies. They're both under 2, and they're a little fragile. He can't play with them like he could the older kids, and so it's not the same. So he does have a preference between the two babies because one is a little bit more durable than the other. So he has a preference with who he wants to play with, but it's still not the same for him because they don't have that same get up and go and chase around and run around that he has with the older kids. So he definitely needs that. And I am at a shortage of friends with kids his age. And that I knew that going in, and thanks to the the pandemic put the kibosh on me building that mom tribe. And, I haven't been as engaged with the mom friend that I have been hanging out with. And I have a lot of trepidation about that relationship now. I have been, offering some olive branches here and there. I've been sort of protecting peace and isolating from them, but I don't know because I have some feelings about how certain things went down. And then I have some feelings about how, like some of the interactions that my son has with her daughter. And so I have some trepidation there. And so I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to like ease back into it. It's been difficult because, I guess she has some new friends now and she ain't really making that much time for me, which I can certainly understand, considering that I was isolating from her. But I'm not, I'm not here to kiss anybody's behind either. So, I just, wow, 1,800 a month. Yeah, wearing the terrible twos, moving into Threader. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Millie D. Yeah, so it's just everybody tells me, the behavior does get better at 4. I don't know. We're just in the first quarter of 4. I don't know if it's getting better. It got worse before it got better. So I don't know. I do think his socialization definitely plays a role. And so I definitely have to work at that because I'm social, but I ain't that social. I have no problems with being a hermit, but my son is an extrovert and he needs to be outside. And so I have to get up off my bum and make it happen. So, I don't know. I think a lot of this will be better when he gets to school. It's just trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. And so now, we're just in the I don't want it phase. He doesn't eat his breakfast, or he doesn't want to eat his snacks, or he doesn't want the dinner that I make for him, or he asks for something and I give it to him and he's like, no, I don't want that. I want something else. So now it's just at the point where it's like, look, you don't want to eat, you can starve. I'm not making nothing else. The food is here, presented to you. If you're hungry, you'll eat it. If you don't want to eat it, that's on you, buddy. I'm not starving you. You're starving yourself, basically. And so he does come around and eat it if you leave it out long enough. But, it's just been hard. It's just been hard. And I've just been keeping my head above water, making it way when I can. Because it's tough. It's tough. And so then, you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot. All right, y'all. I got an hour left before I need to get him. I really just needed to cool down because the rage was just like so building. And then also, I don't know what's going on with me, like hormonally. Like, I literally feel a shift in my mood. Like, PMS, I have really, really bad PMS now. I never had, like, where you're just angry or very short tempered right before the cycle starts. Like, I know when it's coming, I don't have a tolerance for anything. And I feel like I'm like literally going crazy. Like, I just want to rip all my hair out, kind of angry. And I know that a hormonal imbalance that's happening right before my cycles, and I feel that shift in me emotionally when it happens. And so I have to check that when baby G is misbehaving, because that's when I'm most like vulnerable to like being the monster, you know what I mean? And sometimes, like, when he's just screaming, and a lot of times I think he just screams because the sitter can't take the screaming and she doesn't like it, and so she kind of does things to sort of appease him to get him to stop screaming, and he tries that at home. But I don't care. You can scream for 45 minutes. It doesn't bother me. So just take that over there. And so what he'll do is he'll then try to come sit in my lap and scream in my face, which I do have a problem with. So it's like, if you want to scream, you take that over there. Don't sit in my face and scream. Like, I don't know. We're not going to do that. So I don't know if he's just looking for attention, or now when I send him the timeout, he yells and screams for TT Maddie, which is the sitter, like she's gonna come and save him or something. But it was a pretty difficult drop off this morning, where he was misbehaving. But I'll ask her if he had a better day after I left. But yeah, I just I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of shenanigans. And I really just want a non-eventful year. I think that's what I asked for the most in the next year. Just a non-eventful, non-drama kind of year. Like, that's all I'm looking for. But, I mean, I'm going to be on the TTT hunt again in 2024. So, trying to do these transfers. And so, I don't know, I'm also trying to like mentally prepare myself for losses, because these embryos are not chromosomally tested. So I have to prepare myself for failures and losses, because that's very much likely, in this process too. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm just, just trying to remain, just keep smiling. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep smiling, trying to find the humor of everything, just laughing to keep from crying, that kind of thing. But just, and just try to find joy. I've been, like, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, I put up like a backsplash. Yeah, dull moment. I hear you, sure. Yeah, I put the backsplash up in my kitchen. That was like a DIY project to kind of like find my happy, and that's kind of like what I do, is to just try to find my happy, to stay out of that deep depression. Like, I have probably operated in like a functional depression for many, many years. And When I went into my major depression back in 2010, um, my therapist at the time felt that she believed that I had been living in a functional depression for a very long time. And I think I continue to live in that functional depression for a long time. Um, some days are better than others, but we learn to just get up and keep moving. And so that's what I do. I get up and I keep moving. Now, it doesn't make me any less productive at work. It doesn't. Nobody ever seems to know. Like I was saying, when I was talking to this coworker who was expressing, her issues with anxiety and stuff like that, and she was just like, "Oh wow, I had no idea." Right, like just looking at you or like working with you, I had no idea you had all this going on, right? And so I'm like, yeah, you never know what people's got going on in their life, so like when people kind of like behave out of turn, or they get angry or something, or they kind of fly off the handle, and like I often like just like to give people a lot of grace, because I know I got whole lot of shit going on in my life that nobody at work knows anything about, and I'm not just talking about TTC. I'm just talking about just life in general, and you know sometimes when you've just had a hard life, like I've had a hard life growing up, where I've had to go through things, I've had to, push through like hard situations. Um, when you learn to drop your problems at the door because work doesn't care, but I got bills to pay. Who's gonna pay my bills if I don't go to work? So I gotta go to work. So I drop the problems at the door because work doesn't care what your problems are. They want you here, happy, smiling, and getting the job done. And so that's what I'm here to do. So I think that has taught me like this is giving me this uncanny ability to kind of separate myself from my emotions, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. It's not normal for you to be able to compartmentalize your emotions, where I can be crying hysterically 1 minute, but it's like, suck it up, I got a meeting. Customer doesn't need me sobbing on a call. So it's just, you know So you kind of go through life like that, and you learn to compartmentalize. Like, you just tuck this away for the time being while you're distracted over here, and you get this part done. And then when that free time opens up again, then this comes back over, moves in. When the space is made for it, it moves back in until it gets dealt with. And so it's not a I don't recommend it. It's not a great way to live. Um, it is definitely a coping mechanism. Um, and I will say it does kind of get me through a lot of tough situations that other people probably wouldn't be able, to like handle. And, like a lot of my coworkers, like when Baby G is home, they're always slacking me like, I don't see how you ever get anything done. I'm home with my wife, and when my daughter's homesick, we can't, neither one of us can get anything done. And it's two of us. You're by yourself and you just managed to get so much done. It's just like, I, I can't tell you how to do it. You just get her done. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't recommend it. You know what I mean? They're like, I don't know. I wish I knew, or I wish I could, do it like you. And I was just like, I don't recommend you do anything like me. I don't recommend it at all. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy on the body. It's not easy on the psyche. It's not easy on your mental. Like, it's not easy. Do I wish I had a break? Do I wish I had somebody else who could give me time off? Do I wish? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't get a whole lot of opportunity there. But I also count my blessings at the same time. There's just always somebody who's got it worse. But it doesn't negate the fact that things are hard for me. I'm just not really the complainer, about it. Like, yeah, life is hard, but I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Life goes on. And then being the whole single mom by choice, you often feel like you can't complain about it because you kind of like asked for it in a way. But it's not that I asked for it. Like, every parent needs support, whether you've got a partner or not, whether you have an extra set of hands or not. It takes a village to raise a child, regardless of whether you have a partner or not. And just parenting is hard. Parenting is hard. And life is hard. Life is going to keep life. And whether I had a kid or not, life is going to keep life. I still own my house. This crap probably would have still happened with the handyman or whatever, um, whether I had a kid or not. So some of these things have nothing to do with me being a single mom. I think they made it a little bit more difficult because I am a single mom, but that's it. Yes, thank you, Shar. Just because we can do hard things doesn't mean we should have to. It isn't sustainable without a cost. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't recommend it. People are like, oh my gosh, you make it look so easy and it's just that and the other. You're not complaining. And it's, coworker. She's like, oh, you're a badass mom. And it's just like, I don't always feel right. Sometimes I just feel like I'm going through the motions, just trying to survive the day, and it's hard. It's hard, and I have had to make some choices because I'm someone who did not have a great work-life balance to begin with, that is now trying to balance work life and momhood. Um, and when I didn't have the first balance, now I'm trying to balance that third thing. Like, the juggle is not juggling. It's not. Being graceful in the face of strife is a gift, but the curse is that we appear too competent. We need help. We need respite. Yes. Yes. Being SMBC is even tougher on the weekend for me. It's bittersweet. Love spending time with my boy, but it's a lot. No rest. Yes. I'm gonna cry about it. I'm still gonna get things done, but I'm gonna cry. I'm traumatic as problem solver. Yes. No, but crying is good, right? Right. Crying is tension release. And your body needs it, right? So you don't want to withhold the cry, and I get frustrated. I do cry, and I often like kind of cover my face, and I'm an empath. My son is an empath, so like if something is really wrong with me, he will, like, if I just wanted to sleep in, like I'm sleeping in, mommy wake up, mommy wake up. But when I'm really not feeling well and I'm trying to rest, he does not bother me, which is amazing. It's like I didn't tell him mommy's sick and mommy needs to rest. I think he, maybe as an empath, he's feeling the energy. It's not just mommy wanting to sleep in because she's tired. Mommy's really not feeling well. So let me just sit here on the floor next to it in the same room and play quietly and not get into a whole bunch of trouble. Like, I am blessed that he does that, right? So this is why I call him my little Sour Patch Kid. First he's sour and then he's sweet, because he does do a lot of mischief kind of things when he thinks I'm not paying attention to him, even though I am paying attention to him. But when I am really not feeling good, or like if I'm sick, um, or I just really need to lay down, I'm not feeling well, he will give me that. He will give me that time. He'll either sit on the bed and play with his toys, watch TV or whatever. He'll just let me sleep in for as long as I need to sleep in. He'll go into the kitchen and find his little clementines or whatever, and he'll grab an applesauce and rip that open and eat that, because he's hungry and I'm not moving, right? And I feel bad that he has to do that and I'm not moving, but at the same time, you know, I feel pain. Like, you got to keep the human alive, right? And there are things that he can get to, so he's not like starving. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want you to just go in there and get that without permission because he makes a mess, that kind of thing. So, and then he gets in trouble and does things he's not supposed to do as well. So, I mean, it is very bittersweet, and like, this is the time that I enjoy. Like, I did not enjoy spending all that time in the bank because my kid is at the sitter and I'm off of work. This is my time to like really kind of decompress and get back to me and do all the things that I need to do without the distraction of him. And whether that be relaxed, whether that's, play my Oculus and play some Beat Saber, or whether that's just take a nap, you know. This is the week that I get to do that because next week the sitter's closed and he'll be home with me. And so I'm not gonna be able to do all those things then. So, but I'm glad I didn't have him at the bank wanting to run around cutting up, because in addition to my frustration um, with what was going on at the bank, I would not have been able to also handle him without completely coming undone, you know. And it's crazy because I want to say earlier this year, like I was having a lot of like muscle tightness in my back, and I was getting these shots in my back muscles, and they're intramuscular shots, and they are extremely painful. And a couple of times I've had to take him with me on hey Bree, a couple of times I've had to take him with me on those appointments, and he was not being agreeable. He was, screaming, yelling, running or trying to run around the room, and just not behaving at all. And I'm getting these shots, and they're extremely painful, and I'm trying to breathe through them, but he is just screaming at the top of his lungs. He's not using his inside voice. He's not using his listening ears. And all I could tell the lady, I said, I'm about to start crying, but it's not because of you. I'm already up here, and I'm trying to manage literal pain, and it's bubbling over, and the only thing I could do was just cry, and I could not do anything to stop it. It wasn't like boohoo ugly cry, but it's just like there was so much tension. My body just, that's how my body releases tension. When I'm angry, and I'm so angry, I cry, and I get mad because you feel vulnerable when you have tears, and you don't want people to see you cry, but I can't stop it, right? It's like there's nothing I can do to make the tears stop. So I warned her that I was about to start crying, and she got it. It's just, I'm over the top. I'm trying to ignore him. He's being extra on purpose, and I'm trying to manage this pain she's inflicting on me. That is temporary, but it is extremely painful, and it's just, I'm over the top. I can't. It's too much. I can't bring him with these shots anymore, because when he's misbehaving, I'm already up here, and then the shots just took me over, and I was just like, and then it just felt like every time I came in there with him, I was just crying. It's like this lady's gonna think I'm crazy, but she doesn't. She doesn't think I'm crazy. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. So it's just, yeah. I don't want y'all to ever think like, because it seems like we're having a good time over here, and we do have a good time, but it is, there are very hard days. There are very hard days, and some days are because of him, some days are not because of him. Some days life is just lifing, life be lifing, and life ain't always easy, and sometimes you just want to break. I just want to break. I want to break from, like, I feel like 2023 is the year my money just did this. Tweet, 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 fly away, money. This is the year all my money is just flying away, flying away, flying away. But what is the blessing? End of the year bonus, nice big fat check coming my way. So it's just, God takes care of us. I really do believe he doesn't give us more than we can handle. But boy, does he stretch the limits. That he does. And sometimes I'm not in the mood to be stretched. I'm not in the mood to be stretched. But sometimes that stretching is in preparation for something bigger that's coming, that requires preparation, so that you can, get through it. Not always unscathed, but that you can get through it to some extent. And I always wonder, like, when I'm going through, like, what I feel like are my greatest and biggest trials and tribulations, was I being prepared for this moment, or is this moment preparing me for something worse? I don't know. I always feel like I'm being prepared for something worse to come, and I'm not looking forward to the worst. 2023 was giving broke for me. I'm praying 2024 is much better financially. Yeah, maybe I should cook some greens, put some greens and some black eyed peas on the pot this New Year's, on the stove this New Year's. I had to make my Thanksgiving without a stove this year, y'all. My stove literally blew up last Thanksgiving, And I've been working with a 2-hour convection hot plate in my new wave oven. But I made it work. The whole Thanksgiving meal in my new wave oven and on the stovetop. So we didn't miss a beat. I just had to make smaller portions, which actually worked out fine as well. So we had our mac and cheese. I made fried turkey wings. It's just great. So I'll make it work. But now I got this nice bonus. I can get my appliances for my kitchen, so I can have a stove. I can have a refrigerator that will spit out ice. All of that great stuff. So it's just and I can get it on my own time. So it's just you know God takes care of us. He really, really does. Sometimes not when we want to, but when we need it. And I know God will take care of me in this whole Bank of America situation too. Um, God will take care of me in it. And just when I think I'm going through some trial and tribulation financially, it actually works out for the better good, because I'm kind of forced into doing something different that actually works out better, for me. And so maybe it's just time for me to get another card with a lower interest rate, transfer that rate over, zero balance, whatever, save some interest and all of that great stuff. Yes, Millie D. Listen, I got a New Wave Pro. It's my second one. At first I had a white one and now I got a black one. But this New Wave that I have, the one, they don't make this one anymore. They make that one that's more like an air fryer now. So I don't know that I want the air fryer one. I like the one that I have. If I don't get out of here soon, I'm spending Christmas alone in the hotel again. Oh no. Okay. All right, Shar, um well, I'll come get you, Shar. You don't have to spend Christmas alone. I'll come get you. You let me know, okay? I'll come and get you. It's just a couple hours. You come spend Christmas with me and Baby G. Bring the pets. Bring the kitty and the doggy. Because for those of y'all who have been following me this year, we're petless in the house. All of my pets have passed away. My last one passed away Mother's Day of this year. So it's like, it's been a lot. Oh my God, it's been a lot. It's been such a lot. It has really, really been a lot. And I don't want to be Debbie Downer on here. I was just raging a little bit, feeling like Kanye West. But I just feel like I need to expose Bank of America. Like this kind of stuff needs to be exposed, because I think this is probably happening to more people than we know. Okay. Yeah, I love my New Wave. I got it because I got tired of not eating dinner because I forgot to take something out the freezer. So I got it so I could cook from frozen to cook without having to defrost. But yeah, y'all, I've been sitting in the car. I'm gonna have to go get Baby G soon. Maybe I should just go get him early, so I can avoid like late fees. But yeah, man. I'm just it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot. I had to cut my hair. I had to cut my hair. Oh my God. I mean, it looks good. That's what being Baby G. Look at this. This is just bad, right? And it's all kind of cut. It just seems layered now. But look how short this is up here. That's it. All of that just all ate out, all in the middle there. So I don't know. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. And we had like some windy weather. My little snowman over here was all blown over. Maybe I'll make a video or something so you guys can see the little decorations I got out here. I've been ordering out. I'm ashamed to say how much money I spent on Temu buying decorations and stuff. I'm ashamed to say, but it's my money. I work hard. I can spend it how I want. But yeah, so I don't know what you ladies are doing. I don't know if you guys are like working or what have you, but thanks for joining me in here and listening to me rant about Bank of America. I don't think anything else is going to come out of this situation. Um, if they manage to call me back to say they found out something, or if something comes out from me using my prepaid legal to see if I can find out some more information about what's happened to my account, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to extend any more energy, although I do want to call them and see, like, if they're not going to reopen the account, what they want to do about that interest rate, because I think they should drop that interest rate. And for sure, if they're not going to drop, because right now I don't really need a business credit card. It's nice to have a business credit card, but I don't really need one. um but if they're not going to drop that interest rate, then I want to see if I can find um, a business credit card, or if not, then maybe I'll find like a loan or something that I can then pay that off, and then pay that loan on the lower interest rate. So we'll see about making that happen, because I'll because I mm-mm, no ma'am. It's okay. I don't want you to have the stress of hosting us. No, no, no. It's not stress. Sure. I don't mind. I don't want you to spend your time alone. I think the stress of like hosting that other family. Like, I had anxiety about what was potentially going to happen, but there were a lot of things that went on during that time that were incredibly stressful, and I don't. You shouldn't be alone on Christmas. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't be alone. So you can come spend Christmas with us. Hey, Arlette. We done been on here almost 2 hours. I'm about to get off now. I'm gonna have to go get Baby G soon. But I don't know if you had a chance to watch part one, since this is part two on my drama with Bank of America. But all right, Millie D. I know it's about that time to go pick up the littles. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just been a lot, and I feel like thank you all for being on here with me ranting and kind of decompressing and exhaling. Exhaling. I don't know, and I kind of wish I had a gentleman caller who could help with some of that de-stress. That might be adding some other kind of stress to my life that I don't need. No, I'm gonna call because I've had cards that I just really couldn't afford the payment with the current credit card interest rate anymore, and so I just said somebody's not gonna get paid. My student loans are coming in. They were trying to get me to go in forbearance. Expired all 3 years of my forbearance, honey. Listen, I don't play with the federal government. Somebody's not going to get paid. And trust me, the student loans will get paid. So that means y'all. So I need y'all help. So if you want to close this card, go ahead and close this card. But I need help here. And so what they did is they closed the card so that I couldn't spend on it anymore. They dropped the interest rate. I want to say, because the interest rate just went up. It wasn't like I was late paying or my credit was bad or anything like that. But the interest rate was like 21, 19 or 20%. And they dropped the interest rate to, I want to say, like 6 or 9%. I just couldn't spend on it anymore. It was closed. And they gave me a minimum payment where if I just paid that minimum payment, I would be zero balance in 3 years, 3 or 5 years, something like that, with that lower interest rate. And so I had to put listen, I got myself into a whole bunch. I had to put my big girl panties on and make the call and ask them to close that account. Or like lower, they weren't willing to just lower the rate and let me continue spending on it. They said if I wanted that rate lowered, I had to close the account. So close the account. I was with cash. And I want to say during that time, I had 0 credit cards. I had to live on cash during that time because that's how I was getting myself out of that financial hole. And if that's how I had to do it, that's how I had to do it. It just meant I couldn't get a lot of the things that I wanted. I could only get the stuff that I needed and could afford. So it is what it is. But I, especially going for like baby number two, because if and when I do get pregnant with baby number two, I will have officially outgrown my house, and so I will be on the hunt for another house. And I want new construction, and my credit right now is not conducive to house shopping. So what I want to do for the next 3 years, because if I have another baby, like I don't, I mean, we can manage in this house. I think I would be in this house for probably at least another 5 years. So I definitely want to take the next 5 years to get my credit in preparation for house hunting, because I don't know if I want to hold on to this house and be a landlord and rent it out um, while I have my new house, or if I just want to sell this house and put whatever equity I have on this house on the new house to make a lower payment there. I don't know. It's going to be how I feel, because I'm 15 years into this house as of now. And it's like I'm so close to the mortgage being paid off. Like, do I really want to give it up? I don't know. I always knew when I bought this house it wasn't going to be my forever home. So I don't know. But a lot of this hinges on whether I bring baby number two home or not. So, oh, you've been working. I'm late. I have to rewatch and catch part one. Yeah, yeah. So, I'm just, I'm working on myself. And there's certain things I want to get in place. I feel like I'm behind on. Definitely want to going into 2024. And here's the blessing too, that my job is now like our benefits are including, or I should say, like our 401k benefits are also including like some financial planning and stuff, which I think is great. So I need to enlist my prepaid legal on like a will, probably some family trust kind of things. I want to, which I can enlist my prepaid legal for that. I need to work on a college plan for baby G. I mean, he turned 4 this year, and I feel bad that I have not started his college plan, but only because I was trying to figure out what would be the best method. They have so many, because they got one here where I can pay for college here in Florida, but he would have to go to college here in Florida. He may not want to. So I just want to know what my options are. So I haven't sat down with a financial planner to really work that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a 529. But I gotta work that out. And so I want to use some of my bonus money to get his 520, his whatever his college plan started. I want to get that started. So yeah, and then we trimmed a lot of the fat around here too, which means I got to get rid of AT&T Uverse. I'm paying too much money for them, so I'm probably going to switch on out to like Spectrum to get the cheaper price, faster internet, cheaper price for them in the new year, and get rid of this expensive ass AT&T Uverse. And so I just got to learn how to like stop being so lazy and hop around these companies, because that's the only way to keep the cheap price. But yeah, so it's time. This is time to like really dig into these things, and I want to use these next 2 weeks to get my taxes done, because that's gonna give me some more money. So I got to get my taxes done. Yeah, so it's just a lot. I just haven't had a whole lot of time. And I've just been trying to remain sane around here, and stuff like today doesn't help me remain sane. But what can I do? What can I do? I've been retail therapy, DIY projects. I've got so much stuff going on around the house. What I want to do this week is kind of get back into my office so I can stop working in my living room, so I can have that separation between work and like life. Um, I want to get into my office, so if I do manage to get that going this week, you'll start seeing me doing more lives from my office, which hopefully will be like kind of cool and decked out. Like I was on Temu buying a bunch of like LED lights and stuff, like to kind of make some stuff kind of cool. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, y'all. And I've been working on the DIY in my bathroom upstairs, which I'm excited to show y'all. It's not finished. Um, I did get the tile around the bathtub. That's done. That's looking really, really good. I have to put some finishing touches on that. And then I got some other things. Oh, Baby G flushed his Black Panther down the toilet upstairs. So that's something else I have to do this week, is pull the toilet off the floor to see if Black Panther is stuck in the U part of the toilet. I hope he is stuck there and not through the regular plumbing, because my plumbing will surely back up and I will have to pay $300 to have that snaked. That will not be fun. I could just pay somebody to come do it, but no, I'll just do it. I'll just do it myself. I've already done the YouTubing to see what I need. I just need some supplies from Lowe's. I didn't go to Lowe's today, so when I drop Baby G off tomorrow, maybe I'll make the trip to Lowe's to get those supplies so I can get that done. So yeah, so as much as I want to relax this week, there isn't a whole lot of time to relax. so so yeah, so as you can see, life is still life, and Baby G is being Baby G. He's being a 4-year-old. He's flushing stuff down the toilet and had the nerve to cry about it. Oh, my Black Panther in the toilet. What was he doing in the toilet, and why did you flush him down? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. This boy lives to cost me money. He just lives to cost me money. And I don't even want to know what it's going to be like when he's a teenager. He's just going to have a job, and I'm going to have to like start charging him and putting things aside and taking money out of like his account to pay for stuff that he messes up around the house so he can stop doing that. I don't know. I don't know. But it's fun, right? It's fun, they said. It's great, they said. You can do it, they said. Not without all your hair turning gray. Okay? Not without all the hair turning gray. And you should see all the strands over here, all the gray strands turning into an old lady. But all right, ladies. It's been 2 hours. I didn't expect part 2 to be 2 hours. But thank you again for being here with me while I calm down. I think I'm going to go get Baby G. I'm not going to go in the house because then I'll be late getting him. But yeah, life be lifing, that's for sure. Life be lifing. What can I say? What can I say? All right, so for those of you who are wondering, I am going to do my yearly New Year's Eve live. So be sure to come back New Year's Eve and look for me there in front of my fireplace. And I may do another live more specific to the TTC stuff and all the stuff that I have going on as far as like the doctor's visits, how all that stuff. I did. I have never stopped recording for you all. I just haven't gotten around to editing. I do plan to do some editing this week as well. So there's going to be a lot of old content. I will be sure to mark it archive. So if you don't care to watch this old content, you don't have to. I know it's going to be old because I have not even published Baby G's first birthday. And I say that I kind of got stuck around his first birthday because that is also the last time that my niece Ashley was on film. And so I'm kind of dreading like editing that footage and getting back around to that. This year, November 7th, marked 3 years of her no longer being with us. And, it still feels fresh, still feels fresh. But this year, Shutterfly came in clutch this year. I was able to get some like snow globe ornaments, and so I was able to get an ornament of me and Gwen, my sister, um, another ornament of me, Ashley, and Kennedy, the glamour shot photo that we took, and then I have another one of Ashley, her mom Rochelle, my sister, and her little brother Marlon, Smooth. Now, Ashley's mom is no longer with us. She was killed in 2010 in a domestic violence incident. So they were all on ornaments on the tree, and also my cats. So I have 4 cats that have lived here in Florida with me. Midnight, who moved down here with me, I lost him in 2010. Sky, who I lost in 2022, I think. 2022 or 2021? I think 2022, towards the end of 2022. I lost her, and I lost Oreo. Oreo went first, and then I had to put Sky down. They went about a month between each other. And then Ninja, who was my last animal, who passed on Mother's Day of this year. So the 4 cats are on an ornament as well. It's like a metal ornament. So I've got Oreo and Ninja on one side, and Sky and Midnight on the other side. So just memorializing family. And then right next to the tree is my dad on the wall. So he didn't celebrate Christmas. So I didn't really get like an ornament for him, but I mean, he's right there, right next to the tree. So as far as I'm concerned, he's a part of the ornamental bit of the tree, whether he likes it or not. But yeah. So yeah, just a lot of finding happy, reminiscing, trying to decompress, and managing anger. Managing anger this year. I don't know how many of you are going through the same, but just know you are not alone. I'm sure I'm not alone. Um, and also managing toddler behavior, you know, real abusive toddler behavior, but he can be very, very lovey-dovey. And just when I need it most, he's so very much like, I love you, mommy. And it's just like, oh gosh, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that right now. So he is forever my Sour Patch Kid. And with that, I'm gonna go. It's been 2 hours and 7 minutes. Thank you all for joining me on here. Hopefully I didn't miss any comments. For those of you, there's 7 of you in here who are listening. If you are still listening and you haven't hit the like button, we got 7 people who are in here watching. Only 3 people who've hit the like button. I guess I could hit the like button myself. No, maybe. I don't know. I'll come in and I'll like it later. But thank you for joining me. It's always nice when I'm not in here talking to myself. All right. All right, ladies. Well, until next time, I will do another live this week on the TTC stuff. So maybe Thursday, Friday-ish. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be a little impromptu, but just look out for me, y'all. Look out for me. It probably won't be during the day. It'll probably be in the evening. Okay? Maybe with Baby G running around. I don't know. I don't know. What are y'all doing this week? Y'all working? So I want to try to be able to join. So it might be in the evening. All right. Either way. All right. I'm gonna go so I can go get Baby G. And Sticky Baby, that's the all us TTT. Bye, ladies.